Hello everybody, it's Garrett, Fishing is Fun 365 here today, showing off the catching power of the rattle worm. Got one today on the lime worm. Right now we're messing with the baby bass. It's more of a shad and bass color, white and a green. You can see it there in the preview video. But so far, first thing I've noticed, this bait is great if you are a slow stick bait user, meaning you like to just, kind of take yourself, cast out there, get out there in the middle, let it sit, maybe give it a couple thumps, let it sit there. This bait is great for this. This bait with a Texas rig, you can just tap it once, twice, comes right up off the bottom, nice and easy, right through all the gook, all that mud and dirt you don't want to get stuck on your line and hook and stuff, lure. So right now it's looking like the best bet is going to be the stick bait action for today. But one thing I will say, I had multiple peacock bass pop on it on the topwater presentation as a stick bait. So I'd say there's multiple ways to fish this bait. If you find yourself maybe in one of those needs to use one of those two baits, I'd suggest you give it a try. A rattle worm does not fail. Thanks and have a great day. Fishing is fun. Got one. Finally got one, boys. Got a decent, that's a decent 1 pounder. 1 pound bass, for sure. It's got some, yes. Got some nice little 1 pounder. Definitely thick. Got on the Spark lime lure. No, lime shock, I believe is what it is. It's these nice green chartreuse looking. Nice little bass there. Ate it good. Literally casted it past him. Right on him. Alrighty, everybody. Out here again on Tamarack. Seeing what we can get on. Not exactly the best fishing conditions, but day of fishing's fun. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one, folks. That's a big one. We got us a nice one. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's a big one, folks. We do not want him to get off. That is a big one. Oh, peel and drag. Oh, he's big. He's big, folks. Nope, stay out of there, stay out of there. No, come out of there. Come out of there, come out of there. Come on. Come on, girl. No, 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 no. Come back this way, come back this way. Oh, you are so big, girl. You are so big. Oh my God, you are so big. Oh my God. That's a 4 to 5 pound bass. That's a 4 to 5 pound largemouth. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're gonna try and flip them. We're gonna try and flip them up onto the deck. Oh! Woo! Woo! Let's go, baby! Big old bucket, baby! Oh, big old bucket! Big old bucket, baby! Hey, girl. Oh my God. Absolute slot on this trip. Absolute monster. This is at least 3 to 5 pounds. No, this is 5 to 6 easy. Such a big girl. Swam away nice. Hello everyone, Garrett with Fishing is Fun 365. Just here kind of wrap up the video for you. Kind of give you guys some frequently asked questions and some knowledge about the rattle worm lures that I've been using. And honestly, the first thing I want to get into is just the catchability of them, you know. How well they actually catch their fish. Now, I caught a pretty large bass, and I've caught some pretty small bass on them. So I would say that they cover that range, whether large to small bass sizes. Second thing is the mechanics of the worm. Mechanics of these worms are very simple. They are a durable plastic. They have a rattle here in the tail. There's a nice gap here that separates the two. You basically put your hook, you can put your hook into the underbelly at any point and it doesn't mess up. So if you wanted to run a little bit bigger hook with a smaller lure, you could if you wanted to. I personally just run Texas rigs, that or run it Texas rigged without a bullet weight and with a shaky head jig. The shaky head jigs, in my opinion, are probably the best besides just your standard bullet weight and offset or worm hook. This one here is a Cooper head. This one here, you can see the rattles are here in the back. They're injected. But these lures, they look fantastic. Kind of got a good salty smell to them coming out of the batch. This is the second of them. This is the baby bass. As you can tell in the videos I said earlier, it's kind of got that white and green to it. It's got a white top, green underbelly. This one I found works really well if you are in a little bit murkier water, and as well as the copperhead, the Cooperhead. The Cooperhead and the baby bass both work very well in murky or muddier water. The third option that I personally like the best is the Lime Spark. The Lime Spark is just that. It's your standard, you know, chartreuse, green, shock kind of color. It's got some specks in there. It's kind of got good specks in it. You can see it pretty well here. It's got lots of red and black, and there's red, black, and a little bit of green flakes in there. So personally, I like this color the best for a little bit clearer water. Personally, I've seen, you know, they kind of, if they're hungry, they'll go after anything. If they're more finicky, it's got to be the right presentation. But that's fishing most of the time. So one of the quick things I wanted to go over, firstly, is the duality of the lure. This lure can be used as a stick bait, as I've been mentioning, or it can be rigged weightless with a circle hook through the front and just kind of popped along the bottom. I recommend that in really clear water if you're maybe up north, stream fishing or something, or clear, you know, a clearer lake where you might be targeting smallmouth. These would work for you as well. With the weightless design, you can use them as a jerk bait. Now, they will go maybe that far down in the water column. If this is the top, maybe that far down. You know, maybe an inch or two below the water, and you can literally just pop it along, and it works like a jerk bait, or just jerk. You can walk the dog with it, have it walk like that. This presentation, the weightless jerk bait presentation, works very good for peacock bass. Peacocks, maybe you get a Mayan cichlid or something to eat it if it's a little bit bigger. But that's what I've seen pretty much with the jerk bait. I personally wasn't able to get any fish to eat it, but I did see multiple peacocks pop at it the 5-6 times I've gone out since getting these, and really just hammering it hard trying to find the fish. Last couple of things I want to address in this video is the durability of the lure. I have caught on one lime spark rattle worm, I've caught 3 fish. There was no tearing up here at the top from the Texas rig. The top of the eye of the hook did not bust out the side or rip this all to shreds. I had a wacky head jig on one of these as well, and the bottom with a much bigger hook in it didn't get ripped out, it didn't get torn out really. It was just fine, came out nice and easy. So they are a very durable material. If you're looking for a lure that when you spend your money you feel like you're getting what you paid for, this is it. You know, you're getting a quality lure for a good price. So the last thing that I wanted to go over is the exact tackle setup that I had. Now, I've got my tackle box. I organize everything like this, and obviously excuse my bad penmanship. It was written with marker about 8 times over each other. So, but these, I've got them labeled what's what and my weights. So what I typically will run in the weight column is, you know, an 1/8 or 1/4 ounce to 3/16. The 3/16 and the 1/4 ounce are about the same size or weight, but the size of the weights are different. So if I want something I'm going to cast really far across, you know, one shore to the other side, one side of the shore to the other, in a canal or something, real long distance, I'll want a little bit bigger weight, a little bit taller, send it a little bit further. But usually you can get by if it's just the same actual weight as opposed to the physical size of the weight. Now, what I have been using has been a size 3 worm hook. Size 3 standard worm hook. I've also been using a size 3 offset hook. If I wanted to go rig them a little, maybe rig them farther down so that there's more, so that the body comes down more. It kind of comes down like this as opposed to it going straight nose down. Kind of get it to sink. You basically will get it to sink like this with the bigger hook. It'll sink like this, and the tail will stay up, and it'll rattle in the current, and it'll attract fish that way. So the last thing I do is a size 2 offset worm hook. Size 2. Personally, I use red or black. Silver is fine as well. Whatever you're really into as far as that goes. But the one thing I will say is that it helps to match what your bait is. If you are using for example here, if you are using a copperhead, you might want to use a red hook. You could use a black hook. You could use a silver hook. Really doesn't matter too much because this is a pretty bright, vibrant bait. Now, if you want to use the red, you're going to be matching the color of your bait. Might blend in more, be more what they're looking for. Maybe not. Depends really where you're fishing at. Smaller silver or black, you know, Texas rig right here through here. Basically, your exposure is only about, you know, 1/8 of an inch, maybe, below the actual worm itself. So the hook is very well hidden that way in these. It gives you a lot of camouflage, you know, when the fish are looking at it. So those are the main ways I've rigged it. As I stated before, you can use a wacky head jig, and that is another option. You can kind of pick your weight, whatever your depth you're fishing. If you're fishing, you know, 5 to 6 feet of water, you may not need a super heavy jig. If you're fishing deep canals, you may want a heavier jig to get down to the bottom faster and feel more tension and feel more, you know, vibration through the line and through your rod whenever you might be brushing up against a brush pile or a rock, something like that. But mainly, that's why I've made this video, is that I want to come to you guys and give my stamp of approval on these lures. Personally, I like them the best. There are some others that I personally do like, but when it comes to soft plastics, I'm either using a rattle worm or I'm using a finesse worm. So really, it's whatever you want to do. Like I said, me personally, rattle worm doesn't fail. Makes a great lure. It's cheap. It's well made. And it's got duality of use. You don't have to use it just one way. You can literally snip something, re-rig it all one different way. 2 minutes of your time. Snip, re-rig the hook without a weight. Boom, you got a weightless jerkbait out there that's a soft plastic that looks like a real fish. You know, the baby bass, personally, is one of the really cool looking designs in my opinion. The lime spark, as I said, it's my favorite. And the copperhead. This thing will destroy the fish. You get them fish on here, they're not coming off. They're not letting go. So that's my message to all of you. I hope you guys take the time, go explore the Rattle Worm website and possibly the Instagram page as well. And I hope this is informative to you. Thank you very much. Have fun fishing and have a great day.